Hi everyone, and welcome inside the shop for this week's newsletter. It's been a very busy week. We started off with our competitions. We've run 2 optional Stalefords, one over Tuesday and Wednesday of last week and another one over Saturday and Sunday. The response was fantastic. We had 129 people play in the midweek one and 153 people played over the weekend. So thank you very much for all of your support. Well done to the winners, which I've got here. I'll just swipe my phone. So in the first men's one, we had Connell Downing, won Division 1, Martin Peake, won Division 2. Sorry, 2 phones at the same time. The ladies, Sue Jackson, Barbara Higginson and Jenny Laddersands won their respective divisions. And then in the weekend, Ian Matthews won Division 1, beating Nigel Wigg on countback. And in Division 2, Celestine Jacobs won that one. Max Wall was second. And in the ladies at the weekend, Jill Hallett won Division 1, Louise Smith 38 points to win Division 3. There was no one in Division 2. So thank you very much for your support in those matters. We've got another competition starting tomorrow. That will be Thursday and Friday, and then the weekend one is Sunday, Monday. So after the first week of competitions, every single day has been covered by a competition, and that was the plan. Just to let you know, anyone that sends it in and calls it a Stapleford will be immediately disqualified. It's not Stapleford, it's Stableford, as in stable. Got that off my chest, thank you very much. So a quick update on the competitions. You'll have received an email today, Wednesday, regarding the launch of the major competitions, the Marshall Cup on July the 5th. Tee booking slightly differently, although it is going to be run a bit like an optional, like the competition we've already done. The difference is all play on that day is going to be 3-ball play maximum only. From Friday 9 p.m. when the tee times are launched, we are asking you to only enter a tee time on Sunday if you intend playing in the competition. So only if you're playing in the Marshall Cup from 9 p.m. on Friday should you be booking a tee time for that Sunday. Once we get to Monday morning, 9 a.m, that's given everyone that wants to play in the competition a chance of booking a tee. The rest of the tee times then become available for general play. So hopefully that makes it clear what we're asking you to do. So if you're playing in the Marshall Cup, if you intend playing, if you've got money in your competition account, if you paid that forward, from 9 p.m. on Friday when all the week's tee times are launched, the only people that should be booking for Sunday are Marshall Cup players in 2 balls or 3 balls. Come Monday morning 9 a.m, what hasn't been used is then available for general play. Please follow these guidelines, as it makes our life an awful lot easier, the people that are looking at the tee times. Much appreciated. So competitions, say fantastic success this week. One thing that was very obvious to me was that the 18th hole is causing people quite a bit of bother. The scores were particularly high. There was lots of no scores, there was lots of 7s, a few 6s, some 5s, some 4s, and someone did make a 3 actually, an eagle 3, which is very impressive, but a lot of high scores. Now I know the rough is very high, as it was described to me earlier on. It's high enough to tickle your chin, and I'm not just talking about Tony Malloy with that. It is very high and I'm aware of that. So what I thought I would do would be just to walk down the 18th hole earlier this morning and give you a little guide as to how you maybe should be approaching this hole if you want to make sure or try and do your best job to get 2 points on that hole, to keep yourself ahead of the rest of the field. So how do you make a 5 or 6 for the slightly higher handicaps? So if you watch this short video on how to play the 18th hole, hopefully that will help you secure 2 points down the 18th when you play either this Thursday, Friday or possibly Sunday, Monday. So here we are on the 18th hole at Rookery Park, a par 5, stroke index 14 for the men, 12 for the ladies, 469 yards off the yellows, 448 off the whites. Having made the decision that my goal here is to make 2 points, anyone of a 14 handicap and above gets a shot here. So you're looking to take a 6. For myself, 13 handicaps and below, we need to make a 5. We've already decided we want that third shot being played in from just short of the bunkers. Therefore, all I need to do here is keep the ball in play, keep the ball out of the rough and short of those bunkers. So all I'm going to do is try, and that bunker on the right is 220 yards from where I stood now. The one on the left slightly shorter. However, there's 60 yards between the left-hand bunker and the right-hand rough. The fairway at that point is 40 yards wide. So I need to hit this ball 200 yards in a roughly straight line. If I aim at the left corner of that bunker, I can put it 30 yards left, or I can hit it 20 yards to the right, and the ball's still in play. In reality, if I do slice this ball a little bit, it's going to come up shorter. At that point, actually, there's a lot of semi-rough there on the right that my ball's going to end up in. So it's not too taxing a tee shot. If you're a higher handicap and 200 yards is a little bit long, it's actually an easier tee shot because the fairway is wider, almost the shorter we come back. So pick a target, whether it's the left-hand corner of that bunker, whether it's one of the trees in the distance, just to the left of that bunker, but pick your target, focus on that, line up to it, and make the most positive swing you can. Okay, for the shorter hitters, if you're hitting the ball 150, 160 yards off the tee, this is the sort of area that you're going to be landing in. Nice wide landing zone here. And again, if we can keep it up the right hand side over here, you've got a nice clear shot between the centre of the 2 bunkers. Again, picking out one of those little trees out in the distance to focus on, because remember, if you only hit the ball this far off the tee, you're looking to hit the green in 4 shots. So we're here for 1, past the bunkers for 2, short of the right hand trap for 3, leaving yourself that pitch into the green. Okay, for the longer hitters, the ones that use that bunker here on the right as a target and looking to leave it 20-25 yards short of this bunker, this is where we're hitting into. Plenty of room to the left, good 50 yards before we get into trouble that side, and again a good 20-25 yards to the right. So a nice big wide landing area. We've left ourselves a good margin so we didn't get a big bounce and end up just trickling into the bunker. We've given ourselves that margin for error. I've now got 265 yards to the front of the green, but the green is not something we're focusing on at the moment. I'm looking to put myself in position for the third shot, which is going to be aimed at the green. I'm going to be aiming now at this right-hand bunker to open up the approach. A shot of 170, 180 yards is going to leave myself a third shot of less than 100 yards. So I need to pick a point. It's probably right green side bunker. There's a big tree behind the right fairway bunker. That's where I'm aiming. With a little fade, I'm probably aiming, let's say, right side of the green and looking for the ball to move left to right slightly towards that right hand bunker. But I'm using a club that's going to leave me 30, 40 yards short of that trap. If I'm drawing the golf ball, I'm probably aiming at the tree on the right hand side and looking to move the ball from right to left. But I'm not bringing that bunker into play. I'm going to lay up well short of that, even with a good bounce or a big bounce. I'm going to make my third shot as easy as possible. So even from a point that's about 90 yards from where we're hitting our second shot, the ground here all runs downhill and starts to slope a little bit from left to right. So even a poorly struck second shot is unlikely to stop at this point. It's going to keep running. It's going to work itself down the hill and probably a little bit left to right. So I say, even probably a worse shot is going to end up in this sort of area, which is now about 130 yards to the middle of the green. So it's only about 110 to the front of the green. However, if you've hit the shot that you intended, and we were going for about a shot of about 180 yards, whatever the club that might be. We're now getting up towards, there's the 100-yard post there. There's the bunker that we were aiming at with the trees behind that we were using as a target spot. So we're going to end up in this sort of area. And again, at this point, it's very wide, left to right, very little danger. You want to be looking to that 180-yard shot, whether it be a hybrid or a 5-iron. You should be able to knock it into this sort of width. And again, being up the right hand side, it gives a much better view shooting up the line of the green. Pin on the front today, so we're only really looking at that front of the green yardage. So you've got yourself into the perfect position. All that's left now is a fairly simple pitch shot into a big green, 2-putt, and you should be walking away with the 2 points exactly as you intended, stood back on the tee. So hopefully that video helps. Thank you for watching once again. It's been a fantastic week, extremely busy, and that continues with the hot weather this week. Please make sure you've got plenty of drink with you. Remember, we are open now, so we have drinks, plenty of drinks here in the fridge. You can come in and have a look. 2 people in the shop at any one time. If you're looking for shoes or gloves or grips or clubs, our ping demo day now is completely full. It's a little bit different this year. Literally the 6 appointments. No other people can go up to the range and just hit balls. You have to have an appointment, and those 6 are already booked. Not even I'm allowed up there this year. It's just you or the person who's booked in and the fitter. So thank you for that. I do have a first reserve. If you'd like to go on a reserve list, please let me know for the ping demo day. So yes, look forward to another fantastic week of golf. Get yourself booked in for that Marshall Cup, first major of the year, and we will speak to you all next week. Thanks everybody.